Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB. So in our previous sessions we had discussed about the importance and relevance of circulars for the respective exams like SEBI Grade A and RBI Grade B. So in this session also we will be discussing some important circulars for the month of December and we'll be discussing them through MCQs. So let's proceed. Okay, so RBI has come up with various significant circulars in the month of December. So one of them is regarding the new framework for urban cooperative banks. Right, so some 2-3 circulars were issued regarding the same. We will be discussing them all. So this is about, first question is, which of the following statements regarding as stipulated parameters for UCBs to be considered as financially sound and well managed entities is not true? So in order to ensure a financially sound and stable UCBs, selected UCBs are termed as financially sound and well managed entities subject to fulfillment of certain parameters. So what are those parameters? This question is all about that. Which of them is not true? So net non-performing assets of UCB should not be more than 5%. They should have obtained net profit in the last 3 years out of the 4 preceding financial years, with the condition of no net loss in the last financial year. They should have a capital adequacy ratio of at least 1% more than the stipulated for the UCBs. So we'll see what is actually there in the circular. So the revised criteria actually which has been provided by RBI, which has been revised, it is based on the recommendation of expert committee on primary urban cooperative banks. So wherein the capital adequacy ratio shall be at least 1% above the stipulated for UCBs. So net NPS of not more than 3%. Okay, and net profit for at least 3 out of preceding 4 years subject to not having net loss in the immediate preceding year, and no default in the maintenance of CRR and SLR, that is cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidity ratio, during the preceding financial year, because banks have to maintain these mandatory requirements. They should not be default in maintenance of the same. And sound internal control system with at least 2 professional directors on the board, and CBS, that is core banking system, should be fully implemented. This has been a condition for a while for categorizing under this criteria. And no monetary penalty should have been imposed on the bank on account of violation of RBI directives. Any kind of violation of RBI direction should not have taken place by these respective UCBs in the last 2 financial years. So what our options are saying, so in that this is correct. Net profit for last 3 years out of 4, no net loss in the last year, and capital adequacy ratio of at least 1% more. Net NPS should not be more than 3% it is. So this is incorrect. So, and also UCBs can decide the eligibility to be classified under the status of financially stable and well managed entities under the revised criteria based on the audited financial statements and or the RBI inspection report. So whichever is the latest, according to that, if they fulfill the criteria, they need to pass a resolution for the same and inform RBI within 15 days of passing the resolution. So this is also correct. So the only untrue statement here is only one. So answer is B. So apart from providing the criteria for categorization of UCBs as financially sound and well managed entities, there is also a framework which is provided to categorize these UCB into the 4-tier framework as against the existing 2-tiered framework, right? So then this the UCBs will be categorized under the respective tiers as per the deposits held by them. Right. So RBI actually had formed the expert committee on UCBs in February 2021, which was chaired by N.S. Vishwanathan, former Deputy Governor RBI, in order to suggest suitable regulatory as well as supervisory changes for strengthening of these banks. right? So that's why this tier structure framework has been announced. In that, tier 1 will have all kind of UCBs, irrespective of deposit size, salary earners UCB, and all other UCBs deposits up to 100 crores. And tier 2 with 100 crores and up to 1000, and tier 3 will be 1000 to 10,000, and tier 4 more than 10,000. So the question here is about tier 2. So it will be like deposits more than 100 crore and up to 1000 crore. So if a UCB, if it is in the tier 2, but if it is able to maintain more than 1000 crore of deposits in a financial year, and it actually is eligible to move to the next tier, then obviously when one bank moves to another higher tier, it needs to maintain the higher level of regulatory requirements. So for achieving those regulatory requirements, it will be given a glide path of maximum 3 years. The maximum of 3 years of phase period or relaxation period would be given in order to achieve the higher regulatory requirements. So apart from this, RBI also has come up with some separate circular where there is also need to adhere to requirements in maintaining the net worth and capital adequacy ratio of these 4-tiered UCBs. So we will see that also. So what is the minimum capital adequacy requirement for UCBs in tier 3 and tier 4? All these measures regarding deposits, regarding net worth, regarding this capital adequacy ratio, maintenance is about strengthening the growth, strengthening as well as meeting the requirements in terms of risk management for the growing UCBs. They should have the finance requirement. They should have actually the sufficient finance available with them in order to meet their growing needs. So that is actually the crux of these regulations. So okay, coming back to that, so what is the minimum capital adequacy requirement for this UCBs in tier 3 and tier 4 category as per the revised regulatory framework? So in this case also, they need to maintain for tier 1 UCBs, they need to maintain 9% of capital adequacy ratio, and all other tier 2, 3 and 4, they need to maintain 12%, right? So the answer here is 12% because we are asking about 3 and 4. So UCBs shall maintain a minimum capital adequacy ratio of like for tier 1 9% capital against risk weighted assets, and tier 2 to 4 will maintain 12%. And if the existing UCBs who are falling in the category of 2, 3 and 4, they are not maintaining this 12% capital adequacy ratio, then they will be allowed to do in a phased manner. Like they will be given a glide path as earlier. Like they will be required to maintain 10% by 2024, 11% by 2025, 12% by 2026, right? And all about net worth also, they need to maintain net worth also. So those conditions are for tier 1, they need to maintain 2 crore of minimum net worth, and then UCBs for all other tiers 5 crores, right? So here we are asking about 3 and 4, so answer is 5. So for this also, maintenance of this net worth also, they will be given a glide path wherein they can maintain at least 50% of the required net worth as per the category before 2026 and full by 2028. So if any third tiered UCB is there, then it can maintain this increase the net worth to 2.5 crore by 26 and then 5 crore by 2028. There is also one circular regarding which are the following financial, this is regarding the financial benchmark, which are the following benchmark as per the direction of RBI is notified as a significant benchmark by Financial Benchmark India Private Limited as a significant benchmark. This is a repetition, okay. So what are these financial benchmarks? Financial benchmark, we know that they are very important and they used as reference for pricing, valuation and settlement of financial instruments, and the key driver of price integrity of obviously in the financial markets. So there are various like competitors in terms of these financial instruments, like they have a global presence, right? So in the wake of these global developments, RBI had constituted a committee in 2013 which was chaired by P. Vijaya Bhaskar, so as to give recommendation and streamline this financial benchmark system. So RBI has notified the list of significance of these financial benchmarks for the financial markets, and also has put in place an oversight framework for the administration of the significant benchmark. So financial benchmark of India, this limited FBIL, provides certain significant benchmarks. So which of the following is recently added? So answer is C, the modified Mumbai interbank forward outright rate. Right, so now the updated list is MIBOR is there, MIFOR is there, USD INR reference rate, treasury bill rate, valuation of government securities, valuation of state development loans, and this is the new added one. So now this is the updated list of significant benchmark provided by FBIL. So Reserve Bank of India is migrating the payment fraud reporting module to Daksh. This is also very significant news for this month, because for payment fraud reporting services, RBI's advanced supervisory management system, now it is actually migrating to Daksh. Earlier there was another portal. Right, so the question is, which of the following is not true regarding the circular issued for the same? So RBI had actually started this repository. This is called Central Payment Fraud Information Repository Registry. Sorry, and it was actually started in March 2020 to report the payment frauds of scheduled commercial banks and other prepaid instrument issuers. So the now RBI will now shift its advanced supervisory monetary system to Daksh. So Daksh is a web-based end-to-end workflow application through which RBI will monitor the compliance requirement in a more judicial manner to improve the process of compliance culture in regulated entities like banks and NBFCs. Right, so which of the following is not true? So which of the following is not true regarding the Daksh settlement system, payment fraud reporting system? So in addition to existing bulk upload facility to report payment frauds, because the earlier portal had only this facility of bulk upload, Daksh provides additional functionalities like maker checker facility, online screen based reporting option for requesting additional information, facility to issue alerts, and generation of dashboard and reports. So entities are required to report, so this is a correct statement, and entities are required to report payment frauds both domestic and international to this Central Payment Fraud and Information Repository as per the specified timelines, currently within 10 calendar days. So it is not 10 calendar days, it is 7 calendar days from the date of whether the customer is reporting the payment fraud or it is being identified by the entity itself. Right, so they need to be reported, and this is also then this is incorrect because the timeline is of 7 days, and the reporting of payment fraud was earlier facilitated through electronic data submission portal, not standard portal. So earlier all the payment fraud reporting was done through this portal, and Daksh is now, this whole thing is being migrated to Daksh now, and Daksh will go live from 1st January 2023. So till then all the payment reporting processes will be routed through this portal only till 31st December 2022. Right, so the responsibility to submit the reported payment fraud transaction shall be with the issuer banks or PPI issuers, credit card issuing NBFCs, where these payment instruments for which fraud has taken place has been used, which they have been used in the fraud. So then which are the following, like 2 and 3 are false, only 1 is true. So answer is C. Answer is C. So as I said, there is another additional facilities which are provided by Daksh, which I have already told you, and the circular also stated that RBI authorized payment system operators and payment system participants in India must report all payment frauds including the attempted incidents if the incident has taken place or if they are attempted, both, irrespective of value reported by the entities, whether they are identified by the entities themselves or whether they are reported by their customers. Okay. So another news is regarding SEBI. So SEBI revises norms for foreign investment in alternate investment funds. So we have seen lately that our SEBI has been issuing lot of amendments and lot of circulars regarding alternate investment funds, and this is regarding the funds which are the investment for the same is made by the HNI high worth net worth customers, and then the investment is actually received from both residents and non-resident and foreign. So this framework is about the foreign investment. So what is it about? So at the time of onboarding investor, the manager of AIF has the responsibility to ensure that foreign investor belongs to a country whose market regulator, like ours is SEBI, in any country, if the market regulator of that foreign investor should be a signatory to International Organization of Securities Commission Multilateral Memorandum of Understanding or a signatory to the bilateral MOU with SEBI. So these are the minimal requirements for any foreign investors, but then SEBI has actually explicitly put them in the AIF guidelines for foreign investors now. And another is the investor or its underlying investors, which is contributing 25% or more in the corpus of investors, should not be a resident of jurisdiction having deficiency in anti-money laundering and combating of financing of financing of terrorism. There should not be any kind of they should not be resident of the country where these guidelines are not adhered to. So in case an investor has already been onboarded in the scheme of the AIF, then the manager will not accept the further contribution of capital from these kinds of investors unless they adhere to both these guidelines. Right. So recently, as SEBI has been tightening the framework for AIF with several amendments to the regulations. So another is SEBI expands Committee on Cyber Security and Information System. So herein the Securities and Exchange Board of India has expanded two of its committee. One is High Power Steering Committee on Cyber Security and another is Information System Security Committee, in order to strengthen cyber security frameworks and build cyber resilience requirements. Right. So it has been extended for this first committee, this High Power Steering Committee Cyber Security. And this also has been extended by increasing the number of members. Earlier there were 6, now it has been expanded to have members to 8, and it will be chaired by Naveen Kumar Singh, and then who has this profile. So other panel members are also will be part of that, and all these panel members is given the task of reviewing the mandate and functioning of security operation centers and also provide recommendation for this cyber security audit, and also they are entrusted with the task of analyzing the past cyber attacks so as to come up with a decision of plugging any loopholes in the existing framework. So similarly, Capital Market Regulator has also expanded its panel on Information System Security Committee, wherein the number of members would be 7 and it would be chaired by Professor Krishnamurthy. And the panel for this also is actually entrusted with the task of approving information security policies and also provide suggestions and on the amendments to the existing policies. So this whole move of building the cyber security resilience and strengthening the existing framework on cyber security, after there was some problem which was evident in CDSL, that largest depository of our country, wherein some issues regarding the cyber security and the settlement activities were seen in the month of November. So that's why SEBI has taken this call. So these were some important circulars from RBI and SEBI in the month of December. So we will come up with another set of circulars and information regarding them in future in next part of our sessions. So this is it. All the best for your preparations. Thank you. So this is the year-end sale which is going on. So flat 70% is off on all online courses, and the code is written here. For any other information, you can actually call on this number. So prepare 50% faster with iExam-B, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and you can actually call or contact on these respective email IDs or visit our website for any information on any of the courses. So all the best once again for your preparations. Thank you.